So the Bourbon Van called us all out. They said, what are the best whiskeys from your home state? Are you ready for Washington? Get ready. Hey everybody, this is Mark from Northwest Bourbon. Thank you for joining me. So the story is Phil and Julie from the Bourbon Van, which is just south of me in Oregon. They put out a challenge for every whiskey tube channel out there to say, hey, these are the 5 best whiskeys from my state. And so of course I'm going to come through with Washington. Here at Northwest Bourbon, we love our local craft distilleries. As you can see, my up front shelf right here is dedicated to local craft distilleries. And so I had a lot of them to go through and choose from. I've got more bottles from local craft distilleries than any other category. Alright, so let's get it started. Caramel, wood, butter, honey, vanilla beans, and you get a little bit of the like popcorn flavored jelly bean because there's like a sweet corniness in there. See, this cloudy glass is full of Old Soldier Distillery bourbon. Now, Old Soldier Distillery is in Tacoma, Washington. Tacoma is south of Seattle and north of Joint Base Lewis-McChord. All natural, unfiltered. Every bottle from Old Soldier Distillery comes from a single barrel and it's all unfiltered. You're going to get the full flavor punch, the full meal deal. They have a butterscotch whiskey, a raisin whiskey. They have their bourbon. They have a couple other flavors that I don't have right now. The first day that Northwest Bourbon got together and we all went to a couple local distilleries, Old Soldier was one of the ones we visited that very first day out, and we had a great time there. And so I would recommend first for you to try them out. Next on the list I'd recommend is Mischief. Now the Fremont Mischief Distillery is in Fremont, which is downtown Seattle, and they had a huge selection of ryes. The best rye I had from them was the Storm Tossed rye. The Storm Tossed rye are the barrels that go out on the ships for the deadliest catch, and they're out there for a long time, way longer than that Jefferson's nonsense. These ryes are exceptional. Alright, next on the list we've got the Distillarium. Now you guys saw when I got to interview their master distiller Austin on the channel, and Austin and I had a great time talking together and trying out the Triticale. The Triticale is different than any whiskey I've ever had before. It's delicious. Highly recommend you check them out. That's why it made my top 5 list. Next on the list is 2 Bar. 2 Bar is also located downtown Seattle. They've got a really cool operation down there. There's only 3 of them there, but they're cranking out some great whiskey. This bottle I have here is the Bottled in Bond, which of course it's 100 proof, and 2 Bar offers some really nice, deep, rich, complex, sweet, and fruity bourbons. I really like their stuff, especially their Bottled in Bond. Alright, next on the plate, most of you guys probably saw this coming, Woodinville Port Finish. It's the only finished whiskey on my list, and it's there for a reason, because Woodinville does a great job with their port finished bourbon. It's fantastic. If you haven't tried it, you need to go try it out. And at Northwest Bourbon, we have tons of love for Woodinville. They do some great stuff up there. Now, I do have an honorable mention. I know Phil and Julie, you said 5. Honorable mention would be Dry Fly. Dry Fly Distillery was the first distillery in Washington State. They're huge. They've got a lot of selections on their line. So my honorable mention would be Dry Fly. Thank you for joining me for going over the top 5 Washington State whiskeys. If you liked it, go ahead and hit the like button. Leave a comment below, subscribe so you can see more great whiskey content. If you haven't checked out Phil and Julie at the Bourbon Van, go ahead and check them out over at the Bourbon Van. And when you do go check out Phil and Julie at the Bourbon Van, if you don't see your state listed amongst the states that they've got other channels to do already, then go ahead and throw yours up there, or leave yours in the comments below. Also, have you had any of these? Do you like them? Are any of these new that you've never heard of? If you're interested about finding out more about any one of these, go to northwestbourbon.com, and I got links to all their distillery web pages on our webpage. Once again, thanks for watching, and remember, earn, protect, enjoy. Cheers.